In 1870, a 31-year-old bookkeeper in Cleveland, Ohio, controlled just 4% of America's oil refining. He was far from a titan, but he had a plan. A decade later, he controlled 90%. By the dawn of the 20th century, his grip extended to 91% of production and 85% of all sales. He didn't just build a company, he created the blueprint for the modern monopoly. His name was John D. Rockefeller, and the system he engineered didn't die when Standard Oil was broken up. It evolved, it spread, and today in 2025, it controls the fundamentals of your daily life. The gasoline in your car, the platforms on your phone, the medicine in your cabinet. The very structure of the global economy runs on a model he perfected 150 years ago. This isn't a history lesson. It's the operating manual for the world you live in. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. John D. Rockefeller was born in 1839, the son of a traveling con man and a devout Baptist. He inherited a ruthless instinct for deals and a deep conviction that he was destined to bring order. In 1859, oil was struck in Pennsylvania. Chaos followed booms, busts, and wild price swings. Rockefeller saw his opening not in drilling, but in refining. He started a refinery in Cleveland, but he didn't play the same game as his 29 competitors. His genius was vertical integration. While others just refined oil, he bought everything. Barrel factories, tank cars, railroads, storage terminals, distribution networks. He controlled every link in the chain. This slashed his costs. He could make a barrel for 10 cents less than his rivals. But he went further. He strong-armed railroads into giving him secret rebates. They paid him to ship his oil. While charging his competitors more, this was his first masterstroke. Control the entire process, and you control the market. By 1870, he formed Standard Oil of Ohio. He was big, but not dominant. That's when he unleashed Phase 2, horizontal integration. In 1872, Rockefeller made a brutal offer to every Cleveland refinery owner. Sell to me at my price. If you refuse, I will flood the market with kerosene sold below cost. You will bleed money until you bankrupt. Most sold, the few who fought, lost. In 3 months, Rockefeller went from 4% to owning 25 of Cleveland's 26 refineries. The blueprint was set: consolidate or be destroyed. Throughout the 1870s, his twin-engine strategy spread across America. Vertical integration, horizontal integration. By 1879, Standard Oil controlled 90% of U.S. refining. He was the richest man in America and the most hated. But monopolies have two enemies: public outrage and the law. Rockefeller's answer was a new invention: the trust. In 1882, the Standard Oil Trust was created, a holding company that owned all the Standard Oil entities. Legally slippery, devastatingly effective. It became the prototype for the modern corporate giant. The Sugar Trust, the Steel Trust, everyone copied his model. By 1904, his control was nearly total. But the backlash was coming. Journalist Ida Tarbell exposed his ruthless tactics. In 1911, the Supreme Court ruled Standard Oil an illegal monopoly. It was ordered to break into 34 separate companies. This was supposed to be the end. Instead, it became the system's greatest trick. Rockefeller still owned major shares in all 34 companies. Standard Oil of New Jersey became Exxon. Standard Oil of New York became Mobil. Standard Oil of California became Chevron. The breakup didn't destroy his wealth, it multiplied it. His net worth tripled. Why? Because these weren't real competitors. They were regional giants, born from the same DNA. Over the next century, they quietly merged back together. Exxon with Mobil, Chevron absorbing others. The monopoly, broken by the government, slowly reassembled itself. The system proved it could survive its own destruction. But Rockefeller's true legacy isn't oil. It's the playbook. Let's see it in action today. Amazon is vertical integration 2.0. It doesn't just sell. It owns the warehouses, planes, delivery network, and even the cloud infrastructure. AWS powers its competitors. And Amazon horizontally buys everything Whole Foods, Zappos, Ring. It even copies products from its own sellers. A digital price war. Google's parent company, Alphabet, is the modern trust. A holding company with search, YouTube, self-driving cars, and AI one entity. Many faces, regulation becomes almost impossible. Big Pharma uses regulatory capture. They fund the FDA, lobby for patents, and help shape the very rules that govern them. Just like Rockefeller shaped railroad regulations, big banks follow the same model. J.P. Morgan and Bank of America are holding companies. Rockefeller's legal innovation perfected. And then there's philanthropy. In 1913, he founded the Rockefeller Foundation. It funded medical schools and public health. Yes, it was charity, but also influence. It built legitimacy, avoided taxes, and shaped American medicine, a system that benefited industries born from Standard Oil's chemical divisions. Today, every billionaire follows this chapter. Foundations aren't just giving their control. Here's the crucial point. You are not outside this system. You live inside it. You enact Rockefeller's blueprint every day. You buy fuel from Exxon or Chevron. You shop on Amazon's integrated platform. You search on Google's near monopoly. You use medicines shaped by his foundation's model. You bank with institutions built on his corporate structures. Thousands of your dollars flow to these tactics every year. The system extracts value upward while giving you efficiency in return. Rockefeller didn't just build a company, he built a method that never dies. He said, competition is a sin. To him, consolidation was righteous and efficient. We now live in that end state, 3 to 5 giants in almost every industry, all using his playbook. So, what do you do in a system you can't escape? You can accept it for its efficiency. You can resist it by supporting antitrust and smaller competitors, or you can understand it and position yourself inside it. If wealth flows through certain structures, you can navigate that reality. Rockefeller died in 1937, but his architecture of control did not. It was copied by every industry, and now it's embedded in the circuitry of the modern world. You can't opt out, but you can see the gears turning. This isn't about an oil company. It's the blueprint for modern power. Vertical integration, horizontal consolidation, regulatory capture, philanthropy as legitimacy. You don't live in the age of Standard Oil. You live in the age of the Standard Method. Welcome to Rockefeller's world.